This video is basically here to highlight the deep cleaning for your high H batch oven. Make sure the oven is in the off position and says ready to clean on the screen. At that point we'll lift off the rack. Do that by lifting up and out. The bottom air plate is easily removed with a thumb screw at the very bottom center. Twist that counterclockwise, and then these two rails, you're going to pull them forward, out. Notice the positioning of the rails. Now pull out the plate. The top jet plate has two rails that hold that in as well. There are two tabs with ears that more or less go in. You're going to pull these forward, take these out, and pull them. This seats inside the oven in the rear. And we'll show you how that's important when we assemble later. Hold the plate up and do the same with the other side. And then the plate will drop and come forward. Lastly, we're going to remove the back air filter, return air. There's a tab on the top. We're going to lift and pull out. Now we're ready to begin cleaning the interior of the oven. To do that, I have a moist towel, a Scotch-Brite pad, and my Turbo Chef oven cleaner. To clean, I'm going to spray directly on the towel and wipe down all interior surfaces. Never spray anything directly into the back of the oven because that's the air return which goes to the catalyst, and that will ruin the catalyst. So gently just spray on your towel and wipe. We're going to let this rest for about 5 minutes to really activate and loosen some of the grime. And we're going to come in here and scrub and finish. After 5 minutes has lapsed, we're going to loosen any dirt that we see. Being careful not to damage this oven door seal. Now that we're through, I'm going to take a wet towel dampened with just water and wipe up any remaining chemicals. Prior to reassembly, we're going to apply Turbo Chef Oven Guard to prevent food from sticking and adhering to the interior of the oven. And this will really help us for the next time we clean. Don't be afraid to put this on. Definitely put a nice coat on all of the surfaces of the oven. Meanwhile, the same cleaning process has been applied to all the parts I removed from the oven in my back dish area so that they're ready to put back in after this step. We're going to begin replacing the components in the oven. I'm going to start with the top jet plate. Notice there's a lip on 3 sides and nothing on the back. That indicates the back of the plate. That I'm going to go in here, push, and that's going to find a place to park right up over the lip. And I'm going to leave that right there for a sec. These, you're going to want to have this cupped edge towards you this air in the back goes into the slot in the back of the oven. After putting the top jet plate in place, you're going to start holding it in place by these rods. They're in order. They have this ear on the back here slots into a hole in the back of the oven, and this is on the outside, so this cup edge is forward. I start by placing this in the slot, pulling it forward, then pushing it back to lock. Repeat on the other side. Again, cupped edge towards you. This goes in the rear of the oven for a slot that mates up to it. Then you're going to push forward, and then back in to lock. And your top jet plate is now installed. Next, we're going to install our bottom jet plate. There's two rails in here. You simply just slide this in until it seats, and screw it down 5 or 6 turns. Next, we're going to install the rails for the rack. These rack rails go in just like this. So on the left-hand side, you're going to have here, this ear is going to be on the front, and they're still going to have that C kind of cup appearance towards the back. You're going to place the back ear in and push into place. Repeat the same on the other side. Again, putting your tab in first, pulling forward, and then pushing it back to seat it. Next, we're replacing the rack. The rack has 2 marks. These are important, that these be seated in the oven on top of the 2 moving pinions. And now we're complete. Here and here. The last thing we'll be assembling is the back air return filter. This is the frame for it, where this slides in. To place the back air return filter in, we're going to place this in a slot in the back of the oven here first. And then we're going to lift the other end up and allow it to drop in, and go back, lift the whole assembly up, and drop it into place. And finally, to finish cleaning, we're just going to clean the exterior of the oven. We're going to use some stainless steel polish, spray directly on the towel, and just shine all these stainless steel surfaces, handles, really make it glow. And that completes the maintenance for your high H batch oven.